Arsenal have announced their second signing of the transfer window, and that is Tommy Setford. According to reports from David Ornstein, Arsenal strike agreement with Ajax to sign goalkeeper Tommy Setford. Fee for 18-year-old Ajax talent and England youth international around €1 million plus add-ons. Highly rated prospect expected to join on initial 4-year contract to bolster Arsenal ranks. This is according to David Ornstein and The Athletic. Now, we only heard about Tommy Setford a couple of days ago. I think we made the first offer, but Ajax were like, now, yes, we could sell him, but unless you're giving us a significant amount of money, and I guess a significant amount of money for him is the €1 million that we've given them plus add-ons. I don't know what the add-ons is going to involve. It's the number of appearances it's going to make, whether it's going to crack the first team, and then you're going to add them more money. But that is the second signing that we've completed this transfer window, Tommy Setford. Now, the thing that we need to know first, before we go to the article from David Ornstein, our preseason starts in now the players are coming back to preseason tomorrow, Monday. So the training is starting tomorrow, but we won't have any goalkeepers. Raya is playing for Spain tonight. Or is not going to. None of the goalkeepers are going to play, but they're still with their national teams, Ramsdale and Raya. So we don't have our first choice. We don't have our second choice. The likes of Okonkwo have left Arsenal. Karl is still part of the team. We signed another goalkeeper a week ago. And we signed another one right now in Tommy Setford. So we could actually end up seeing Tommy Setford making his debut really early in terms of the preseason, in the first game of the preseason against Bournemouth. It could be him or it could be Karl. I really doubt Ramsdale and Raya are going to be there for that match. We're going to talk about Ramsdale in this one, but I really doubt. I think in the first one you could see Tommy Setford or Karl, and then after that, the Liverpool and Man United games, I think Raya Ramsdale could be back because today is the 14th. If they go on 10-day holidays or something, they should be back for that Liverpool United period in terms of preseason. But for the first one, let's not. It's maybe not. It might not take too long. We might actually end up seeing Tommy Setford playing his first Arsenal game in the next couple of weeks. Now, this is what David Ornstein had to say on the article. He did say Arsenal have reached an agreement with Ajax to sign goalkeeper Tommy Setford. The clubs had been in discussions of a deal that would see the England under-20 international switch to the Emirates Stadium this summer. Those discussions have now produced a compromise on a fee in the region of £869,000 plus add-ons, and Setford is expected to sign an initial 4-year contract. So he's going to sign a 4-year contract. He's a young goalkeeper, so he's definitely going to be here for a long time. We might see him mostly feature for the under-21, under-23 team, and then maybe an appearance in preseason or something, and maybe an appearance if he gets an appearance in the season, I'll be surprised. But maybe in the Carabao Cup or something. But yes, he'll not be a regular. Definitely not going to be a second choice or first choice. But you might see him once or twice this season. David Ornstein goes on to say, and Athletic reported that Arsenal had begun negotiations with their Dutch counterparts of a move for Setford. Setford, 18, is highly regarded and has risen through the academy ranks at Ajax. Arsenal are making changes with the academy goalkeepers this summer. Ejeheri, Hilson, and Arthur Okonkwo are all released, and the club will likely need to bolster their remaining academy goalkeepers with the new signings. They have already signed 18-year-old Denmark youth international Lucas Negard, who has a loose connection with goalkeeping coach Inaki Kana. I'm reading so much about goalkeepers. I can't talk anymore. Negard joins from FC Nordsjælland, the Danish club, where Kana spent a year as a goalkeeping coach. So yeah, that's the second signing of the transfer window. Actually, the three signings that we've completed this transfer window, one was specifically for the academy, the Negard guy. We've basically signed 3 goalkeepers so far in the transfer window, and there's a big chance we might still sign the fourth, especially if Ramsdale leaves. We still need a second choice goalkeeper. So yeah, we're making changes to our academy and second choice goalkeeper and all that. We've completed Raya's permanent signing. Hilson, Okonkwo, and Ejeheri have all left us. So I discussed the goalkeeper deals in the all done deals video. There's a lot of goalkeepers, a lot of academy players who've left Arsenal, and a lot of new contracts and expired contracts and all that. But welcome to Arsenal, Tommy Setford. Let's see if you're going to see him against Bournemouth in the first game. But that deal has been completed very quickly, and the medical is set for the next couple of days, as Fabrizio confirms. 18-year-old English goalkeeper Tommy Setford will undergo medical as new Arsenal player early next week. Agreement between Arsenal and Ajax for fee close to $1 million after first proposal as exclusively revealed. Contract until June 2028. So 4-year contract. Medical is set. I'm sure it's going to be Monday or Tuesday, and then you're going to hear him announced by Wednesday. This is a quick deal, 1 million deal. This is a quick deal. We're going to hear it finalized very, very quickly. But let's hope we have more deals coming through next week. So welcome to Arsenal, Tommy Setford. I saw him saving a really good penalty, not a really good penalty, but he saved a penalty. And they're talking about him being potentially a penalty expert. Let's see. He might not feature a lot of times next season, but welcome to Arsenal, Tommy Setford. Now, Ramsdale is expected to leave Arsenal, and this is what is being reported on him. Southampton are weighing up a move for Aaron Ramsdale and are prepared to step up their interest when he returns from Euro 2024. If Ramsdale is to leave this summer, Arsenal would prefer a permanent deal and would want close to the 30 million they paid in 2021. So this is according to the Sun. Now, we've already talked about it a lot of times. I don't think you're going to get 50 million for Aaron Ramsdale. That was the initial figure. If it's the same money that you paid for him, around 30 million, then maybe a couple of teams would want him. The issue is the levels of team that would want Ramsdale. It's not like Real Madrid's or Barcelona's or Man City's or Bayern Munich's teams that are, ready to pay 30, 40 million for a player. No, it's, the Southamptons and maybe the Leicesters and maybe the Crystal Palaces, Bournemouth that might want him. And for those teams to pay 50 million for a goalkeeper, they won't. Like, there's a lot of PSI situations going on. And even before the PSI situations, you wouldn't really expect a Bournemouth to go and pay 50 million for a goalkeeper, or, a Southampton to go pay 50 million for a goalkeeper. They're just newly promoted. They need strikers, they need midfielders, maybe a goalkeeper. They wouldn't really pay all that money. But they're interested as of now. Ramsdale is playing or is featuring for England tonight. He's not going to play, but he is part of the team. And then after tomorrow, you're going to get an idea. I don't know how long he's going to go for a holiday, or you're going to sort his future out fast before going to the holiday. But there's also reports from the Sun that indicate Arsenal might be prepared to let Ramsdale go out on loan in the hope his performances would generate a big fee in the future. Southampton are likely to favor the loan option, although matching his 120k a week wage would make him the highest paid player at the club. That's the other thing. Weekly wages. Now, if Ramsdale was, a 10 million goalkeeper and he only wants like 50k a week, a lot of teams would already bought him. But the fact that, he was our first choice goalkeeper, he's an English international, he's on high wages at Arsenal, you bought him for 30 million. For teams to match that, even if they match our 30 million, they still need to match his wages. Now, do Southampton need Ramsdale as a priority, like in terms of making him the highest paid player at the club? I am not sure. So that is why there's still a 20% chance. I'm thinking, could Ramsdale end up staying at us? Or maybe not even for the whole season, maybe until January or something. Maybe a team really needs him in January. At the moment, there's not too many teams that are in dire need of goalkeepers, Aston Villa, okay, Newcastle, okay, Bournemouth, okay, Crystal Palace are okay. Like, a lot of those teams, the Premier League are okay in terms of goalkeepers, and Championship cannot afford him. Does he want to go abroad to like the Serie A or to La Liga? I don't know. So there's not too many teams that are really dire need of goalkeepers. But by the middle of the season, teams could be desperate, and teams could be looking for goalkeepers, and they realize Ramsdale is on the bench, then they could buy him in January. But as of now, teams are not desperate unless this deal doesn't happen right now in July. Maybe it comes to happen like in August, at the beginning of August, maybe at the end of August or something, and maybe does spend preseason with us and then he moves on after that. Because I do remember Turner last season, he was actually part of the team when we were playing the Community Shield, the last game before the season, and then that week between the Community Shield and the first game of the Premier League season, that's when Matt Turner left Arsenal, and then he played against us in the first game for Nottingham Forest last season. So it might not have to happen right now, unless Arsenal are really desperate for that money and they're trying to get it done very, very quickly and use that money elsewhere to get a second choice goalkeeper. Could be. But there's the loan talk. We're being told that a loan could be an option for Arsenal. That's the other thing. If they don't get sell him like in January or something, maybe a loan deal right now. If he goes and does incredibly well, then we can get that 30 million. Maybe we include an option to buy, obligation to buy, whichever. For me, the likes of Ramsdale and Smith Rowe, we don't really have to sell them like a couple of other players in the team. So if he ends up staying, well, I don't expect too many teams to pay that money. But Southampton are interested. It could be a loan deal. It could be a permanent deal. Let's wait and hear which other teams would want him. Now that the Euros over after tonight, next week, no more Euros, no more Copa America, and Premier League is getting closer, and the preseason is getting closer. some teams already started their pre-season. Maybe teams will now start, getting their squads together, and maybe we get more offers for Aaron Ramsdale. So we've already talked about Juan Garcia from Espanyol. He could be the guy to replace Aaron Ramsdale. So it's pointing out to be maybe a Kyle Hine or Tommy Setford against Bournemouth in the first game, or it could end up being an Aaron Ramsdale. Lastly, let's talk about Calafiori. What's the latest on him? Well, Di Marzio did an interview yesterday on Sky Sports, and he did say, I think he will go to Arsenal. He's the perfect Premier League defender, and this is according to Di Marzio from Sky Italy. So he pretty much confirmed it again. It was kind of it was a longer interview, like 5 minutes or something, and he did say he was talking about the US, and then he was asked about this, and he said, yeah, this guy is definitely going to join us. So he said yes to Arsenal. It's just now the finalizing details. I'm still 100% confident you're going to complete the deal this week. Maybe you should say Calafiori is a goalkeeper, and then maybe you'll get him very quickly. Maybe if you do say Calafiori is a goalkeeper, there's something going on at Arsenal with goalkeepers, he'll be signed immediately. But we're trying to, the players already agreed to join Arsenal. There's no other team that is going in for him. Arsenal and Bologna are basically, finalizing the details in terms of how much we're going to pay them in bonuses and add-ons and stuff like that. Absolutely no problem, as long as it's sorted out very quickly so that you can move to other targets. And the other thing, because I usually hear a lot of people saying, why can't we move from that so they concentrate on other targets? I'm sure they're still working on other targets, even in the Calafiori, and I don't think they put everything on the side and they're like, okay, let's talk about Calafiori for the next 2 weeks. No, I'm sure other deals are going on. Like the Setford one has come out of nowhere, and we've signed him ahead of Calafiori, and that is our second signing. Don't be surprised. I did say 3-4 days ago that I wouldn't be surprised if Calafiori is our third or fourth signing. Tommy Setford is our second signing. Don't be surprised if you hear someone else has signed for Arsenal by Tuesday, and then Calafiori deal maybe until the end of the week or something, and then he ends up being our fourth signing instead of like first or second signing. But as long as we get the deal done, the player's about to come back from his holiday. Let's hope we get the deal done quickly. We can finally announce him, and we can finally get more motivated to get other players, because I know a lot of people are tired of hearing about goalkeepers and the Calafiori news for the last 2 weeks and stuff. But let's hope we get it done very quickly. As of now, thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.